Our viewers of Elkem TV, welcome you so much. We'll be back from that short commercial break. Today is actually a Friday, a very beautiful one here in Masindi district. The weather is very calm indeed, and everyone within Masindi is celebrating Women's Day, and it has been actually a very good one. And I appreciate whoever has organized and participating in today's celebration. That's Women's Day. We always know that we celebrate Women's Day internationally every 9th of this month. So for the district, I think they are celebrating it today, and it has been very colorful. And indeed, we have seen very many women representatives and ladies trying to participate in that event, and it is actually a tremendous one. So I want to say, whoever is following Elcom TV today, we will thank and we appreciate that whoever is following us and on different channels of ours, that's YouTube, Facebook, we'll be back from that program. That's Elcom and Mute. Actually, it has ended. So right now it is time for sports. And then after here, we shall take you that's it for Agafirem Wiki, also where we shall push you till that time. So whoever follows us, we thank you so much. We have been updating you there. We shall be having official from our district that is related to Coca-Cola tournament. It is about to kick off, so they are bringing us information and shall be updating you on how prepared they are ahead of that tournament, which is soon to kick off here at Masindi district. So I have him with me here right now at Elcom Studios. So he will be the one to introduce himself and tell us who he is and in which position he stands before he tells us what package he has brought for us related to football, and that's the Coca-Cola post-primary tournament here in Masindi. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, may you tell our viewers who you are and you work as who in this tournament?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Andama. My name's Mr. Morongi Godfrey. I'm the Vice Chairperson, Masindi District Co-Curricular Committee.
Yes.
At the same time, I'm the Head of Athletics, Bunyoro Region.
Yes.
So as the moderator told you, we are in preparations for the inter-district competitions,
Yes.
which are meant to take place tomorrow, starting tomorrow 18th. Tomorrow 18th, we shall be going on up to around the 5th of April, when we shall be having our finals. Masindi district, our games are competed depending on the counties we have.
Yes.
We have got Buruli County, where we have secondary schools there. We have got Bujenje, and then we have the municipality. So we begin at those levels, whereby at the end of the day, we pick the best schools that have qualified at each constituency. Then at a later stage, they come and compete at the district. Thereafter, we get the district champions.
Okay. How prepared are you this year, and at which level have you reached? Because everyone is desperate, waiting for the kickoff. So is it kicking off tomorrow, or there are some other things that you are still handling at that stage?
Yeah, according to the program, the games are supposed to kick off tomorrow, 18th. Those are for municipality, and 19th, respectively. Then at a later stage, the following week shall have competitions in Bujenje and Buruli the following week. As we talk right now, we are having the teachers meeting, and I believe the major discussion is to see how the games will be run tomorrow and on Sunday for the municipality level. And I believe that if things go well, we shall not have any change. The kickoff will be tomorrow.
What requires a school to actually participate in this league tournament? Is it they pay some amount of fee like registration? Is it compulsory for every school to compete? How do you consider schools that are to participate?
Thank you very much. Since we are under the Ministry of Education and Sports, we are supposed to follow the government program whereby every secondary school is supposed to participate in these sports activities. We not only look at academics, but we also have to promote sports because some of the students are not talented in academics, but they may find their talent being in what? In sports. So it is a must that every school has to participate so long as it is a secondary school. And the mode of participation, of course, we have got very many requirements. There is a session, there is administration, there is award of trophies, many things which require sources. And therefore, as ASHU, the Head Teachers Association came up with a policy whereby each school has to contribute something so as the activities are run without any hindrance. And this time around, we are saying, or the Head Teachers Association is saying, that the number of schools you have per school, each student will be required to pay 1,000 per term meant to run the sports activities, implying that if a school has 500 students,
Yes.
that the participation fee will equally be 500 times 1,000, making it a total of 500 what? 1,000. And we believe that whichever school has contributed will have to participate. And it is our prayer that every school does what? Participates. Yeah.
How do you handle discipline cases with those schools? Because for several years we have been seeing some schools, they come and actually there are issues of strike, others do protest against issues of machineries. So how do you handle the issues of discipline, and how have you been in position to handle such? Because those things have been happening, and for this year, how special shall it be that such incidents may not appear?
Yeah, thank you very much. Most of our games year in, year out, there have been those incidences where we have had the games not ending up well. We have seen schools engaging in strikes, demonstration, but of course, resulting from many reasons, many causes. And we as a committee, we didn't sit down. We had to find out what are those major causes of those incidences that even result into bloodshed. And if I cannot forget, even last year, most of our games ended up with tear gas, both football and athletics.
Yes.
And we had to sit down as stakeholders to ensure that that stops this year. And one of them was to educate the games teachers about the rules and the rules of the game. We have found out sometimes our games teachers are not well equipped, or they are ignorant about the rules of the game, whereby in one way or the other, they may incite when they say maybe the officiation is bad. Of course, the students follow their teachers' what?
Yes.
Comments.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, you find that really commotion is coming up. So what we had to do, we had to encourage games teachers to undergo the training course so that they get acquainted to those rules. Perhaps that one can help us reduce on those cases. Then besides that, we also liaised with the UNSA, the National Students Association,
Yes.
whereby we went through all schools, educating them about how they are supposed to coexist and how dangerous those strikes and demonstrations are, and educating them the importance of sports. We see when we talk about football, athletics, any other gaming sport, doesn't mean a do or die.
Yes.
You play it, and tomorrow you become one. I remember one time there is where we had a club, we could say, play and leave it. Yeah, we educate them. Tomorrow you are here at Kabalega SS, tomorrow you are at Green Valley, the other day you are at Masindi Secondary. So there's no need for that. And I think with that guidance we have been giving, I think this time round we expect to have competitions that are free from such scenarios like strikes and demonstrations. And even besides that, we this time round we have also involved the security in time.
Yes.
And the problem was we used to have inadequate security, but this time round I want to assure the public that security is there. We shall have smooth games, and we should not the people outside there should not expect to see what happened last year. I believe we shall have good games.
Okay. Now that is there about actually the issue of strikes and whatever. So what of other discipline cases like a player coming to insult unofficial, and also the issue of mercenaries, because we have been seeing some other players featuring in some of those schools who are playing in some leagues. We have regional, we have some divisions. How do you handle such issues in the case such thing is to happen? And in some other areas, they have been happening.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Which penalties are given to
Yeah.
such schools once mercenaries are identified?
Yeah, thank you very much. That's a very good question, much as somehow technical. With the secondary schools, we have got the rules that allow the ineligibility of a player to participate. First of all, one of the conditions, you must be a born of 1st January
Yes.
2003.
1st January 2003.
You qualify.
Yes.
Should you be born below that, then you are not eligible to participate.
Yes.
That is the first condition.
Yes.
Secondly, you're supposed to be a genuine student, a student who is entering class. How? These students are entitled to screening. Even as I talk right now, I've left my team in the stadium. They're doing the screening, find out really are these students, just as you're saying, sometimes they bring machineries, borders, people play, they are overaged, and yet they're hindering those really eligible players who would be participating. So I believe the team that I have, or the team we have as a committee, is doing thorough investigation. We ask these students really classroom work, and you're able to detect that this is a machinery or not. And the other problem we have realized is sometimes the students do impersonation using papers which are not theirs.
True.
You understand?
Yes.
And this time round, if that you are caught in such a scenario, there's nothing. That is a police case. That is impersonation.
Yes.
For us, we shall hand you to police.
Police deals with you.
That is impersonation. Some warning students and the head teachers who are doing that they should stop immediately, because we want to have really genuine students participating. And with the issue of those who are playing in the clubs, regional, Division 4, Division 5, so long as you're a student, you have a right to play. Whether you're even in the Premier League, the elite class, you're playing for Villa, Express, but so long as you're a student.
As long as you're a student, you qualify to play. Okay.
So I believe this time the issue of machineries, we are trying to do our best so that we don't get into that.
Okay. Masindi municipality, as you are going to start with them, they have like a number of how many secondary schools that are going to participate?
Masindi municipality, we have around 33 schools. 33, 35, I'm not sure, I'm not certain, but that is the number.
Yes.
But the schools so far which have shown interest, by the time I came here, we had already screened around the 18 schools.
18 schools.
But I believe by the end of today, perhaps the number will have increased to more than that.
Yes. So this year's national is going to be where?
Maybe before I can answer that question,
yes,
after having the district competitions,
yes,
we shall be having regional
yes,
competitions. And I'm glad to inform you that Masindi, we are the host this year.
The regional. Oh, we are blessed.
Yeah, all the the districts that make up Nyoro will be in Masindi, and Kabalega SS and Masindi Secondary School will be the hosts. We shall have we shall have all those teams that have qualified from the different schools, depending on how they organized. Then they will be here for a 1 week tournament. So regionals are in Masindi. Then the teams that will qualify, that's when we shall now move at national level.
Yes.
And I believe we shall have our teams qualifying, which will be hosted by Nyakasura Secondary School in Fort Portal.
Yes.
Yes, please.
We have been seeing challenges. I don't know whether it is the finance. School qualifies very well for national level, maybe regional, but at the end they fail to go. We have been seeing such instances here in Masindi. How prepared are you to ensure that our schools may not face such challenges? We can't call them finance. There might be some other issues, but they have been happening. How are you going to handle such?
Yeah, thank you very much. We have had some schools qualifying, but failing to get to the competitions. Yeah, such scenarios have been there, but very few. However, one of the reasons is, that's why we are saying we are encouraging schools to use students, eligible students.
Yes.
Sometimes the schools we have here, they want to use non-students so that they can win trophies, and at the end of the day, they stop at that. When it comes to nationals, they fail to present the district because they don't have eligible what? Players.
Yes.
But a solution to that, we came up with the view that this time it is online registration. The moment you're registered before the kickoff,
Yes.
then it means that you are a bona fide student, implying that after even qualifying, we believe such as schools will do what? Will participate at different higher levels. But the other issue is, as you have talked, is the issue of resources. We have realized that resources has been a problem, and that's why this time the Head Teachers Association came up with a policy whereby each student in each school has to pay a given fee to facilitate the sports activities, so that schools do not get excuses of failing to take their teams in case they qualify for national meets. And that's why from the beginning I told you each student is supposed to pay 1,000 shillings per term. And I believe if that money is handled well, it can enable the schools participate at different levels. Then besides that, we have also got the municipal council, the district, because these schools are representing the district.
Yes.
They're representing the municipal.
Actually, that's what I wanted to ask actually about that question. When a school qualifies, who is to take care of that school? The school by itself, or district also has to come in? Because such a scenarios could not happen if district has to come in or municipality.
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, there's different disciplines. Like now, this is football, whereby the school represents itself, not as a district team, but as a school, but representing the district.
Yes.
So the school caters the biggest percentage
Mm.
of in terms of looking after the team, but still, as a district, has to come in and give a hand where the school fails. So we expect the district to always support these schools because these schools are representing their districts. Even when they reach there and you hear Masindi has performed very well. For example, Kabalega has performed well.
Yes.
Masindi Ame has performed well. Green Valley, Kihova has performed well. You shall be glorifying the district name. So that's why I'm encouraging and calling upon the district leadership to always come in and help these teams whenever they're representing the district. And I'm not saying they have not been helping, but they should continue helping these schools that represent them at the district level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, basing on that analysis of yours on support toward schools by the district leaders and whatever, we have been seeing in some other regions and some other districts, we have been seeing members of parliament, leaders coming in, putting in funds to support actually schools that have qualified to go and represent the district at the national level. Actually, that one also gives a name to a specific leader, and it builds actually. So how do you rate really the support of our leaders here in Masindi with the others in terms of soccer or sports?
Yeah, thank you very much. We have seen leaders in different regions, especially members of parliament. We have seen ministers, we have seen local government leaders coming up with the idea of supporting sports. And when they do that, really you see that their schools, their districts do perform even when they go at national level. Yeah, it is a very good gesture because the moment they give in support, you'll be able to facilitate and organize the team and you'll be able to compete. And of course, the team cannot perform when it has no what? When it has no resources.
True.
I've seen regions where their leaders have put in much. They have that passion. See, Mr. Andama, it is the passion. You might be having a lot of money, billions and billions, but if your leader has no passion in such an event, he will not put in.
True.
But what we have to say, please, our leaders in Masindi, we are calling upon for your support. Our district, our teams are very ready to make Masindi shine. And Masindi was once a powerhouse in terms of sports. Mr. Moderator, I'm lucky that I've always taken the district team myself.
Yes.
Whenever we are going for competitions,
Mm.
more so with athletics.
Mm.
Whenever we reach there, they ask Masindi, this time are you powerful as you used to be? Sometimes I fail to get answers because I remember at one time here, we were champions, the champions, girls, the whole country. I think that was around 2004.
Yes.
During that time of Virija. So people during that time, they were putting in. And when you reach, for example, when you reach in regions like Central Region,
Yes.
those people put in a lot of money. And as they put in money, you really see the outcome, their performance. First of all, you just see the student, how an athlete, how a footballer is dressed. You beginning winning your games from the way you are dressed. You see a team dressed, you're psychologically beaten. You see the school arriving. Those schools arrive with buses. When they open their buses, you see they have watermelon, they have bogoya, they have everything that motivates players. But here, poor Masindi, what we have to supplement is something little. But yet we have the what? We have the talent.
True.
But I believe this time round, we are going to do a lot of mobilization. Our leaders, please come up and support the sports activities. At the end of the day, we shall put our Masindi back onto the map.
Okay. Thank you very much, our viewers, for actually following us wherever you are, and whoever is following Elcam TV on every platform of social media. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube channel. So what you have to do is just, you follow us, you can also like our pages, and whoever is actually following us wherever you are, we appreciate and thank you so much. We are transforming that's the football in Bunyoro as well. So we shall be moving on. I shall be moving on as usual, and then see how we transform that is the football in Bunyoro. That is the actually our person from Masindi district, that's the Coca-Cola tournament. He is in Murungi. He has been analyzing and telling me how prepared the district is ahead of the tournament. That is probably will kick off by tomorrow. So we are also here partnering with the Hotel Victor Bija. They offer different kind of services. They offer accommodation, bar and the restaurant, sauna, and the steam bus. So whoever wants a quality service, you can also come and enjoy it here with Hotel Victor Bija, just located in the hearts of Masindi municipality. Leaving that one aside, I think Murungi, we have our teams that are actually here representing us in Bunyoro. We have different teams. We have Boma, they are actually at FUFA Big League. Then we also have Kitara, they are actually in FUFA Big League. We have Dab, they are in division. So Kitara, right now, they are the ones leading the table, and they are performing very well indeed. Last week, they managed to beat Kataka by 2-0, and they are determined that this season round, they want to go to that's Uganda Premier League, and they are going will actually be the pride of Bunyoro, because for several years we have been having few teams. We don't have Kitara was there before, but later on they were dropped back to they remained at big league, and this year they are playing hard. They might be going back. How do you see FUFA Big League this year? How do you see the performance of Kitara going to Uganda Premier League?
Yeah, thank you very much. Kitara Football Club, as we talk now, they are the current table leaders. After winning Kataka 2-0, they are leading Police, who are the second on the table by 4 points.
Yes.
And I believe with the games remaining and the focus that they have, next season, we shall be having Kitara in the Elite Premier League of Uganda. You see Kitara, as you have earlier said, they were once in the Elite Premier, and then they were relegated. Of course, they knew their mistakes, and this time round, when they were dropped to the big league, they had to begin from there. They know how they are supposed to meet their away games, how they are supposed to treat home games, and above all, how they are supposed to be prepared. You see, for every team to perform at that level, to get those results, it depends on their level of performance.
True.
And I mean the level of organization, how prepared you are. And when we are talking about level of organization, it begins in terms of welfare of players. Are they being paid? Are they getting their allowances in time?
Yes.
Are they getting their bonuses? And if that is done, there's nothing that will fail a team to reach to its destination or where they want to be. And I believe with the Hoima this time, Kitara, they have been prepared. I can see starting from their management, starting from the president up to the players. I believe that they are well prepared, and it is our prayer that they again represent us at the Elite Class Premier League Uganda, because it has been long since they were dropped, and time in memorial when we still had the Kinyara FC.
Yes.
And for your case, I'm one of the people who made Kinyara to be promoted to Super Division. I was one of their players at the time when the team was phased out. But I believe Kitara this time is well prepared. It is getting results, and I believe they will finish among the top three, because the top three will be promoted.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like how, cannot forget to talk about Boma. You hinted about Boma.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Boma, this is their first time to play big league. And indeed, their performance has been so far so good. It is a community team whereby it is managed by the community. And we believe with the little experience that have so far gained and where they are right now, it is unfortunate yesterday they lost 1-0 to Karo Karongi of Mbarara.
Yes.
But they are in a better position. They are in the sixth position, according to the table. And we don't think, we have doubts that they might fall under the relegation zone. But it's our prayer that much as they remain the big league, they begin from there and ensure they follow Kitara in the elite class, all knowing that Kitara next season will be playing in the Profa Elite League.
Actually, you have talked about Boma indeed. Boma, at the beginning, they were performing very well. But time came where they started actually losing games. They almost lost 3 games consecutively before they came and picked away point. That was the 3. They picked from that time. They started well, and up now even their form has started deteriorating. Some time back, Boma, people were talking, man, about issues of fans. Some fans come into the stadium, they start actually demoralizing. They don't give respect to the court. So some of these things we cannot say that it is the management. We cannot say so. We talked of discipline cases. Now I want you to compare for me the fan base of Hoima, that's for Kitara, and Masindi. Whenever you go to Hoima, the way how people there support football is different from the way how people of Masindi support football. What is the difference between Masindi people and Hoima in terms of loving football? Because when it comes to Kitara, when Kitara is playing, you may find almost they want to declare it. In Hoima, you find it is almost like a public holiday. Everyone has to go. But when it comes here at Masindi, people don't want to. What could be the problem? Is it a lack of mobilization? What is that?
Yeah, thank you very much. That's a very good question. When you talk about the fan base, first of all, it begins with you as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the passion?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the love for the game?
Mm-hmm.
And so long as you have the love for the game, definitely, if Boma is playing, you'll have to move and watch them. And besides that, you talked about the aspect of mobilization.
Yes.
It all deals with mobilization. How have you mobilized? For example, if Boma is playing, have you advertised your game?
Yes.
Have you gone to all the radio stations? Have you mobilized people to come? Sometimes people are taken unaware that Boma played yesterday. You see, perhaps I could say the fan base is low because of their mobilization. They have to show people that really Masindi was once a sports district. We are now back. We have rejuvenated.
True.
And we are ready to lift sports to its highest level. Some people had lost interest because of that. But now it is time to mobilize and tell them, no, you see, football now is back. And I believe now, Mr. Andama, the fan base is trying to improve a bit. But as you have said, we haven't reached the level of Kitara or Hoima fan base.
Yes.
Hoima, they are still far of us. But still, we can reach that level. It is a matter of mobilization and advertising our team.
Okay. Uh, Thank you, the viewers of Elcom TV. Right now, when we try to see the table for that the FUFA Big League table standing, Kitara FC, they are the ones topping the table with the 43 points after playing. Actually, they've played 21 matches. They've won 12 and drawn 7. They've only lost 2 games. So they have 43. Police FC, they have also played the 21 matches. They've won 10. They've drawn 9 and lost 2. So they have 39. There's a difference of 4 points. That's between Kitara FC and the Police. And then in Barara City, they're in third position. They have played 20 games. They've played 20, they've won 9, they've drawn 10, then they've lost 1. They have 37 difference of 2 between Police number 2 and Barra number 3. NEC FC, they've played 21, they've won 11, they've drawn 4, they've lost 6. They have 37 in first position. Calvary, then actually fifth position, they've played 20 matches, they've won 9, they've drawn 3, they've lost 8, they have 30 points. And then we have Boma FC, that's our own team here in Masindi. They've played 21 matches, they've won 7, they've drawn 7, they've lost 7, they have 28. That is the points. And then Karo Karungi, they've played 21, they've actually won 8, they've drawn 4, they've lost 9 matches, they have 28. Then Kietume, in 8th position, we have number 9 is Jinja North United. Lugazi is in 10th position. Luero United FC is in 11th position. And then Ndeze University, they are here actually in 12th position. Soroti City, they are the ones now from Red Carpet. Soroti is in 13th position. Soroti FC. We have Kataka FC in 14th position. Jumani Town Council FC, then 15th position. And then in 16th position, we have Northern Gateway FC. Talking about the Jumani, I don't know whether you watched that game. Azumani Deni actually in 15th position. But there were a lot of issues, actually concerns from people that the game between Azumani and the Boma, there were some irregularities where they were citing that Azumani had even better chances of beating Boma. They even got penalties and they were denied. So some people always fail to understand those technical issues. I don't know whether you watched that football. Was it worse for Azumani to get penalty against the Boma during that game? The way how people were talking.
Yeah, you see, with the football, we have to look at the decision of the referee.
Yes.
If the referee said it was not a penalty, then I don't have the authority to say perhaps it was a penalty.
Yes.
Because according to myself, I'm a referee.
Yes.
Your decision is final. Maybe the fans might have seen it in another form, and the referee saw it in another form. But actually, that game between Ajuman and Boma, people never expected such results because when you look at the table standings, Boma was a bit favorites and being at home, and they believed they would get maximum points from Ajumani. But in football, sometimes you have a bad day. Sometimes you call it a bad day, where you think things are supposed to be obvious, you see them to be otherwise. And the other thing with that game, Boma players, they had played a lot of games, individual players, where you play game in, game out, perhaps because you don't have replacements or your colleagues are injured. To me, I believe Boma was tired. And besides that, the tactical approach, I may not blame the coach and the management, but to me, the approach they used, playing aerial balls, that was not a good approach when you are playing a team like Ajumani.
Yes.
Playing like Ajumani. Yes. Because most of the Ajumani players were good in aerial. So if you switch the ball into aerial, when you are playing players who are good in aerial, definitely it becomes an advantage to them. I expected the Bomber to play a passing, a moving ball, and they would have been able to beat Ajumani. And Ajumani gained confidence just because when they realized that these people are playing our kind of game, then they took advantage of that. You couldn't believe that they were visitors. Actually, they were possessing us more, and we were lucky to get that draw.
Okay, thank you. Uganda is preparing actually ahead of AFCON. They're going to face Tanzania. This is our arch rivalries. You know, derby is always a derby. How do you really see that game between Uganda and Tanzania? The way how prepared Uganda Cranes are in the camp?
Yeah,
because currently we don't have any stadium, but now they are going to take us to that foreign stadium. Uganda has no actually stadium that qualifies, that is approved by FIFA.
yeah. Thank you very much. As regards cranes, I believe it is a matter of setting their
Mm,
mindset
mm,
that we don't have a facility, but we need results.
true.
And I believe with the maturity of Uganda Cranes players,
Mm,
I don't think the concept of not having a home stadium
mm,
will affect their performance. We
mm,
have previously won games outside the Uganda,
mm,
and I believe if they have that in their mind, we
mm,
shall be able to get the results. And besides that, we have a good coach in Mitchell, and the players are good players, average players
mm,
who are young, and I believe they are so ambitious
mm.
to qualify. So I expect to have positive results.
You expect positive results from Uganda Cranes. Yeah, so Uganda, they are actually prepared, and that game between Uganda and Tanzania is not going to be an easy game because derby is always a derby. Tanzania takes Uganda badly, as well as those Harambee Stars of Kenya. So it is always a tough game. So I think outside here, we are now going for actually international. We had the Europa League yesterday between actually Manchester United and Rio Betis. The first league was the 4-1 at Old Trafford. And yesterday it also happened. They managed to beat, that is Rio Betis away in Spain by 1-0 courtesy of Marcus Rashford. As we talk now, Manchester United is through to quarterfinals. Then also Arsenal at 11 p.m. battled up, that was with they battled out with the Sporting CP from that's Portugal, Sporting Lisbon, and the first leg ended 2-2 when they were at Portugal. Now they came at Emirates. It ended 1-1 after Saka putting Arsenal ahead, and then later on in 67th minute, that guy came and equalized for Sporting CP, and in two penalties, Arsenal was knocked out of Europa after losing 5-3 to Sporting CP. These are the headlines right now. Strong Arsenal being smashed out of Europa. And this year, actually, Arsenal has been performing well. When you watched yesterday's game and how we have been following Arsenal play this season, what were the mistakes or where have Arsenal missed in order to be kicked out by Sporting CP?
Yeah, Arsenal had a good game. You see, with the football, as I told you, anything can happen.
Mm,
When they visited the Sporting Lisbon,
mm,
it was a draw 2-2. And I believe that could have been a warning signal to Ateta
mm,
that equally these people could even get a draw or even a win
mm.
from Emirates.
True.
The game was so tense, and to Ateta's side, they got an early lead.
Yes.
Me, I believe that that lead, they would have zoned on that and defended their goal,
Mm,
but they wanted more goals. And the Sporting Lisbon capitalized on their mistake they error they made in the midfield and the poor positioning of the keeper. And
mm,
you can see how that player hit that ball. The
mm,
keeper was offline, was caught off guard,
mm,
and it turned the results. And when it comes to penalties, we see with the penalties, you cannot tell that Arsenal will win, Sporting Lisbon will win. Whoever has a good day will expect to take the day. So perhaps I believe Ateta was resting some of the players. He wanted to concentrate on as the saying is right now, that
mm.
we are out of Europa. Our
No,
concentration is on what? On the
Premier.
Premier League.
Yes.
Perhaps his target is the Premier League.
Mm,
That's what I can say about Arsenal. But otherwise, the game was tense and they had a good play.
mm.
Yeah.
So, what about Manchester United? Do you see Manchester United, because people are saying they are the favorites of Europa League this season? They have managed to beat Real Betis, so they are through to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, Manchester United are favorites. One, after beating Rio Betis comfortably 5-1,
Mm.
5-1
Yes,
in the first
aggregate.
leg.
Mm.
First leg was
4-1.
4-1.
Yesterday was 1-0.
Yeah, they came into that game holding that advantage.
Mm.
And I believe though the scores they had in the first leg, it gave them more courage, and they believed they had to go through to the next level.
Mm.
And besides that, when you look at their standings in the Premier, you
Mm.
cannot say where they are at 80% perhaps that they can get Arsenal.
Mm.
So I believe the coach is mainly targeting on taking those other trophies where he's still in contention.
Mm.
And I believe after taking, was it Carling Cup?
Yes.
After taking Carling Cup,
Carabao
Cup,
Mm.
it has given him motivation
Mm.
that he can equally take other trophies. And he's a winning coach, I believe.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, besides that, we also have Champions League fixtures. For that is the quarterfinals. They are out. When we try to see, Real Madrid is going to take on Chelsea. Benfica takes on Inter Milan. Man City takes on Bayern, and AC Milan takes on Napoli. Real Madrid on Chelsea. How do you see Chelsea beating Real Madrid? Because if you try to see at the record here, that's Chelsea. Chelsea have only lost one of their 7 games against Real Madrid in European competitions. Indeed, they have the lowest percentage of losses against Real Madrid, 14% of any side to have played them 5 times in Europe.
Yeah, thank you very much. Madrid versus Chelsea. When you look at the statistics, that Chelsea being ahead of Madrid, but sometimes we look at also the form currently right now.
True.
When you look at Chelsea, Chelsea has been struggling all the way. It has just picked up in the recent 2 or 3 matches. But when you look at Madrid, they are the defending champions, and when it comes to UEFA, I think Madrid, that is their trophy. And when you look at how they have reached the quarterfinals, I believe Ancelotti cannot do any mistake. And when you look at the pedigree, Madrid is ahead of Chelsea.
Madrid is ahead of Chelsea. So they are likely to beat Chelsea, irrespective of the record, the history.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have Benfica, Inter Milan. Let's talk about Man City Bayern game. I don't know Man City. Man City have all the quality of players, but Man City and the PSG, what always fails those clubs to reach finals and win trophies? Because when you try to see PSG, they even removed in actually group stages. PSG managed to go. They bought Neymar. They bought Mbappe. They bought Messi, but all things have failed. Man City also have cream. When you try to see Man City compared to Bayern, what fails actually they are going to face Bayern. How do you see this game?
I think that is the fixture one could call the toughest game according to the quarterfinal draws.
Yes.
Bayern and the
Man
City. When you look at how Bayern qualified, it eliminated PSG,
Yes.
which has all the quality players, the Mbappe, the Neymar, and the Messi and the others. But equally, Bayern has also got a good squad where you cannot say that they are underdogs. When you look at Man City has got all the players it needs.
True.
When you look at all the departments are functioning. But now the question is, why don't they move to where are they always eliminated at the early stages?
Yes.
Sometimes I believe luck also works in sometimes. History also works sometimes.
True.
And to me, I believe sometimes the number of engagements you are in, the number of trophies you are playing for, you end up either fielding a mixture of teams. You're either fielding a weak team. But to me, Man City has got a problem of team selection, because when you look at almost all the players, even those who are on the bench are equally good. The starting lineup is equally good to that which is on the bench. So I believe, to me, one of the challenges is having a starting 11. Because I remember at one time Liverpool performed poorly because it didn't have a starting 11. But when Klopp realized that this is my starting 11, they went on improving. Equally, I could say Guardiola should also look at that. They should have a consistent team. And I believe with that match between Bayern and the Man City, either team can qualify to the next stage.
Either team can qualify.
Team can qualify.
What about AC Milan and Napoli?
You see, sometimes we look at the current form. When you look at Napoli and AC Milan, Napoli currently is on form.
Yes.
And I think they are remaining with around 3 games to be crowned champions. And I think they can use that as a motivating factor to advance to another level in terms of the Champions League.
Yeah.
So I see Napoli having a better hand compared to AC Milan.
Okay, generally, whom do you see going to take this year's UEFA Champions League?
UEFA.
Yes.
With the UEFA, I believe Ancelotti has more chances of retaining the trophy.
Out of Europa?
Of course, Europa, I believe, when you look at the teams that they are currently at the quarter level finals, I believe Manchester has had the higher chances.
Okay, thank you very much. Whoever is following us, our viewers outside who are following us from our different channels, that's Facebook and YouTube channel, we thank you so much indeed. You can go on and log and also like our pages. So we have our people who are following us here. Mayanja Daniel, Mr. Andama for Chelsea, it's Isua Win to Madrid. And then we also have I see Ngwire Godfrey, my man Andama doing a great work, watching live from Natete. Thank you very much, Godfrey. Then we have Matobu Dennis. Thanks for the show, Mr. Andama Moses the Great. It's our time, Bunyoro, to sign thanks for the show. Thank you, Matobu. And then also I talk about St. George, our team in Masindi, Mr. Andama. Yes, how is actually St. George? I think St. George is actually also one of the teams that is participating, is competing for this tournament, this Balam Easter Cup tournament 2023. I think it is one of the teams that is performing well. Maybe Murungi will have to talk us more about how those teams are playing. How do you see St. George?
Thank you very much. It's very unfortunate that I've not followed that tournament much as it is taking place.
Yes.
But at least I know the teams that are involved. And when somebody talked about St. George, I know St. George. And I believe the players who are in St. George, if they keep as a team, it's not a bad team. It has young players. And I believe it is a good team.
Okay, thank you. We are now coming to the end of our show. I think you can give us your last word as we conclude.
Yeah, thank you very much. My last words are I'm encouraging all the schools in Masindi district to participate in the forthcoming competitions. I don't want to use the word Coca-Cola because we used to use it because they were our main sponsors.
Okay.
They should participate in our coming senior secondary school competitions.
It's now senior secondary. We call it Masindi Senior Secondary Tournament.
Competitions tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's my prayer that all the schools do participate so that at the end of the day we get better teams that can represent us at the region and also get the best teams that represent us. Thank you very much.
I think we're considering and taking Elcom TV as your number one TV here based in the heart of Masindi municipality. As per today, we're out. Up next, we shall be having Gafire Muwiki from 4 to that is 5. So just keep tuned and keep following us and keep watching us. We're out of here. God bless you.